what's up and welcome back to Wonder Boy, where we're back here with another video game review. Now, my favorite genre of games is open world story games, such as Dying Light or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Those are two very good examples of this genre, and I honestly think it's one of the best genre. You can technically fit Minecraft in there, but I wouldn't, just due to the fact that if there is a story, it's technically hidden. But in second place is Dungeon Looters, where you enter into a dungeon of any sorts. It doesn't have to be an actual dungeon. You find better loot. You usually either find relics or gain experience to be able to gain special skills that will help you. You fight bosses, you get stuff, and then you just rinse and repeat over and over, and it's a blast. It's a pretty good genre of games, and one that I honestly think is overlooked very often. A good example of this is Neon Abyss. There's a lot of other ones, but Neon Abyss is just the one that comes into my head first. And with that said, today we're going to be reviewing Cub Dungeon, a dungeon looter released on the Play Store in September 2nd of 2019 under Mustache Banana Game Studio. Now, Cub Dungeon, like said previously, is a dungeon. You start at home base, where there'll be two people. One person will sell you some pretty cool skins, such as the King and the Assassin, and the other person will sell you upgrades, such as upgrading your base damage, upgrading your base hearts, and upgrading your base shield. The currency is golden coins, which you can just find through the dungeon by killing creatures and smashing vases. Loot. Now, the way you enter into this dungeon is that you'll go into this church building. It'll give you the option, you'll click the check mark, and you'll be sent to the dungeon. Now, once in the dungeon, you just walk around until you find an area with monsters. The area will be then locked up so you can't escape, and you have to kill all the monsters. Usually the monsters appear in waves, usually waves of 3 to 4. Killing the monsters, which there's a huge variety of, from orcs to knights to giant chungus dudes. There's just a huge variety of creatures. Will give you coins and experience. Once you've gained enough experience to level up, you can then unlock a skill, which there isn't that much variety, but there's still a good amount. You can either unlock an active skill or a passive skill. A passive skill is just a skill that will always be activated practically, like faster movement, more damage, or my favorite, necromancia, which makes it when you kill an enemy, there's a slight chance that it will rise from the dead and become your partner. Then there's active skills such as Bob the Orb, Beams, Fire, Volcano, Smash, which are practically just skills that will be used to either give you a hand, heal you, or deal extra damage. My personal favorite is Bob the Orb. Now there's multiple dungeons, and the dungeons are just randomly generated with randomly placed statues, chests, and vases and boxes, which you break to get coins. The chests can be opened by finding boxes and will give you items such as swords and axes, which can either give you health bonuses or can just do a lot more damage. The statues can be activated by paying 200 to 500 gold coins. They can give you things like extra hearts, extra shield, more XP, or just a random weapon. Now, in order to exit the dungeon and enter the next one, you must find the exiting room, which will be marked on the map by either a flag or a skull. If you get a flag exit room, then it will just be a bunch of waves of enemies, which you'll have to deal with. If it is the skull mark, then that means that's a boss battle. And there's a great variety of bosses. I don't even think I've seen all the bosses. And they're pretty cool. They can be pretty difficult, pretty easy, and in between. And with that, it's time to transition to the tier list. Here we are in the tier list. Here are all the tiers, if you forgot. Now, where to put Cub Dungeon, which honestly is just such a horrible name. Just call it like Cube Dungeon. It kind of sounds like a ripoff and sounds like a horrible game if you name it that. But at least it isn't a stupid title like Cub Dungeon. My mouth is currently burning. I was eating chips while editing this video, and my mouth is just burning. Anyways, where to put you? I'm thinking I'm putting it in the alright. Just due to the fact that I don't think it's better than Hello Neighbor. I do think it's better than Granny 1. I don't know if it's better than Granny 2, though. Because I did really like Granny 2. I enjoyed Granny 2. A little bit less than Hello Neighbor, but it was still an enjoyable game. This game definitely doesn't deserve mad just due to the fact that it's a lot more playable, and it's free. Maybe I was a bit harsh on you, Trope, but you know what? Screw you. Still, I replayed you, and you just I got bored within like the first 10 minutes. Uh hmm. Where to put it? Where to put it? Where to put it? I'm having a little bit of struggle because I really like this game, but I do admit it definitely doesn't deserve good. It's an alright game. I'd recommend it if you as an offline game for your phone. I do think it's better than Granny 1. I just don't know if it's better than Granny 2, and I'm having trouble here. I think I'm going to put it here for now. I would 100% recommend this game. Out of all the games I've reviewed, besides Harm's Way, this is probably the game I'd recommend you check out for yourself the most. There's a lot of replayability to it, unlike Granny, unlike both of the Grannies. I do think it's better than Granny 1. I don't think it's 100% better than Granny 2. I'd probably put these two in the same. But yeah, I'd recommend go check it out. And while you're checking it out, or if you'd like to see game footage of it, go check out my second channel in the link description below, or in the iCard up here, I believe. Should be somewhere up here. Yeah, my second channel. That's where I gamed, and that's where the footage for today's game review actually came from. So you know what? Go check that out, and then you can make your final opinion on it, and then download it. It barely takes any space. It takes about 121 MB, I believe. So it's going to be no big problem. And yeah, guys, I hope to see y'all the next time. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. Yeah. Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.